Hi everyone, this is Jason Zach from Nathaniel School of Music. In this lesson, we are going to learn the Ghostbusters movie theme composed by Ray Parker Jr. We are going to divide our lesson into the intro, the eerie intro, and then the funky bass line, and then this epic sort of line cliche movement at the bridge of the song. That part. So let's break everything down. It's on the key of B, but there is a lot of modal modulation. You could say that it's in the key of B, but that doesn't commit to whether it's in the scale of B major. So scale and keys are different in that sense. So I would argue that it's in the key of B mixolydian in the hook section, except for the fact that there's this nice passing bass note which makes it also borrow a note from the major blues scale. So the key is B, but there's a lot of interwoven scales in the arrangement. So before we get started with the different sections, let's just look at all of the scales from within the key of B. You'll have your B major, 5 sharps, all the twins and the triplets, you could say. B mixolydian will have the flat 7. That's that A. That na, na. So that comes from the B mixolydian, and then the passing note. That's the blues scale. Okay. There's also a minor modulation in the epic section. So we drift from the D sharp to a D, and it goes to this epic line cliche descending bass. So we are going to learn all the 3 sections for the Ghostbusters theme. So get your pianos out, play along with me. There's also my handwritten notes as well as staff notation. Sometimes you might prefer my handwritten notes as I do, or you might want to consider the staff notation which is waiting for you in the MIDI format, in the PDF format, as well as the original Muse Score open source file which you can import into the software application. Before we get started, it'll be nice if you can consider hitting that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon for regular notifications. Let's get cracking. So first of all, the intro. The right hand is going to do this very basic hammer-on, which the guitarist is playing. So I like to use my pedal during each chord or during each bass note, but you'll have to lift it unless you like that complete dissonance between all of the notes blending together. But this is a nice way to look at it because the guitar player will be playing it hammer on an electric guitar in the original. So it's A and B flat, which is essentially 2 notes separated a minor second apart. Very spooky, used a lot in horror movies as well, like. And even when you cluster them, used a lot in movies. You can also cluster 3 of them together. But in this case, it's just the 2 notes separated a minor second apart, played as 8th notes, so A, B flat, A, B flat. And the bass is just going to play Minims, so 1, 2. I'll play you the bass and go along with the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So the notes B, G, F sharp, F, E, D, B flat. Lot of interval jumps. The intervals chosen are pretty much the dissonances, the minor seconds, the minor sixth sounds a bit darker at times, the tritone, the major 7. So you'll find all of that in these gaps between the notes. So you have B, G, that's a minor 6th, and then La, Da, La, Da. So that's a cluster of pum, pum, pum. That tension created between the minor seconds. Da, 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 descending minor seconds, another minor second. So ba, ba, chromatic down, and now a very big jump. very disconnected, those two notes. You'll rarely hear them melodically. And this kind of spells out the E diminished chord, or the E minor 7th flat 5 chord, to be more clear. So it's adding, diminished chords are definitely part of, Halloween songs in general, or scary music, or spooky music in general. You'll have these sort of clusters. A diminished chord or a diminished 7th interval is just minor thirds apart. So that's about the bass line. So what I like to do is, after this B flat, I come to the lower B flat and do a little bit of a flutter to add a little bit of chaos. So let's do that with a hammer on in the right hand. F, E, D, B flat. You can kind of come back down to B flat, and the pedal is important. If ever you're using the pedal, make sure to lift it between bass movements. Lift, 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 lift. You don't have to lift it at the time of playing. You can even let the notes merge into each other, but then lift it so that it declutters. See? That's up to you. Go by taste. You can build up. You can kind of, if you don't want the flutter, you can just do eighth notes. And now we go into the riff. So the riff, I'll show you in both hands and then break it down. So first of all, there's a chord section which is on the Mixolydian. So this entire hook will be on the B Mixolydian scale. Mixolydian is basically a major scale with a flat 7. Pum pum parara. So it's divided into two parts. Pum pum parara, and then the pa pa. I'm calling that the chord part. Pum pum parara. That's the bluesy part. Pum pum parara, quaver, semi-quaver with another quaver. Pum pum parara, pum pum parara. Check the fingers out. I tend to angle my left hand slightly to get it well, and the right hand's pretty easy. Pum pum parara, pum pum parara. Get that. Pum parara, pum pum parara. And then there's a synthesizer in the song which goes A major in first inversion and E major in second inversion. So chord, 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 chord. But the bass line doesn't stop. The bass line goes on to do pum pum pum. That'll be a tricky one when it comes to your hand independence. And what I've done is, in the original song, pum 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 pum, it's like that. Pum pum parara, a e e. What I've tried to do, b b taratum pum pum pum. That's kind of what a bass player would do in a band. Pum pum pararam pum 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 pum. You can even do pum pum pararam pum 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 pum. You can do that if you like to. If you like a disco-ish feel. Pum pum pararam pum 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 pum. I'm just gonna keep it as E, sing two doubles of E, just like the original. So what they do is pum pum pararam pum pum pum. Then pum pum second time, dun dun ta-da, E F sharp. So first it's double E, then E F sharp. Pum pum pararam pum 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 pararam dun 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 da. Then back to double E, pum 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 pum. Then dun tararam dum pum pararam tarara. This happens rarely in the song, but I thought it's nice to bring it in. Tarara at the end. Tararam. E F F sharp. A nice chromatic jump with that tritone F. So pum pum pararam tum pum 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 pararam tum tum tararum pum pararam tum pum 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 pararam pum pum parara. And the right hand will essentially copy the left hand, but then break out at the chord hit or the chord stab moments. very end we go pum pum pa. That's 2 quavers. Pum pum pa, pum pum pa. That's A double E. Whole thing again rather slowly. Ending. Got that? Okay, so that's the hook. Let's do it a bit at pace. 2, 3, 4. That's a double. If you don't want to do, you can just stick with, that's cool. Or if you want, you can even avoid the riff in the right hand altogether. You can just go. I would recommend getting the riff in the left hand because it sounds nice there. Okay, let's now move into the epic section, as I'm calling it. The epic section, what you need, let's first get the left hand going. You do B, A, G sharp, E. Those are your notes, and the overall chords will be that's B minor, B minor over A, then G sharp minor 7 flat 5, and then you have a regular old E 7th. So you can also look at this as a B minor with a walking or a descending or a line cliche bass movement downward. B, B over A, and I like to anticipate, not I, the song likes to anticipate the B with an A bass. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, and the right hand will now go. So there's, get that cluster, and then it kind of repeats. At the end, and I like to reinforce that line at the end with that lick with the left hand. The left hand breaks down from the bass part and just goes to support the right hand. So simple way to do it would be just get that chromatic at the end. I could also, nice to maintain a pulse. If your right hand is bored just playing the melody, since I'm doing it with the pinky and the ring, you can kind of add to the chords. Just play a B minor with the melody if you can. It's a nice way to beef up the right hand to melody. Okay, with the whole thing. Can go back to the beginning. I think the spooky intro can just be in the intro, right? So I hope you have some fun playing this. It's a nice song to play around the Halloween season when this video was released. So have fun playing it, and maybe at least the intro part might be a bit spooky for some people. So instead of wearing a scary costume, maybe you could play this and scare them, I guess. Okay, thanks a ton for watching the video, guys. Happy Halloween, and catch you in the next one. Don't forget to get a copy of the notation and my handwritten notes and support us on Patreon. Cheers, and catch you in the next one.